Welcome to the Out There channel. Live stream 475. 75. 75. 75, 75, 75. Searching. Loving.
Hiding. I'm searching. I'm loving. I'm finding love. I'm hiding. I'm searching.
Let's see how it goes.
I'm finding
Fun.
Let the fate control your body. At the beginning, there was written.
Come follow me, yeah. It's love, hiding. I'm searching. I'm loving.
For aliens and love. There's no love. Everybody hates me. Oh, well, let's see how the new feature happens today. Unless I've stuffed it up already. So many things to tick now. Good to be back. So, we now have a comment highlighter. Let's see if it works. There you go. Hello, anyone out there? I better type up the other stuff. Welcome to the OT channel live. We're a wee bit late today. Been a bit tired lately. 475. Part 4. Meg's UFO stories continued. Now trying to type over the books here. Not sure if I mistyped something. There we go. Lots of stuff. You damn thing. What was that meant to be? Part 4 Meg. Something continued, it was. UFOs was meant to be in there. So the new add-ons working. But it's got a clear button in the way. Makes it hard to see what you type when it goes wrong there. Let's see. Let's type it in over here. That's another way around it. Hey, it's not perfect. It's free code. Using extensions, some of my own coding, and it does the job. Part 4 Meg. Right, it's not going. Meg UFO. I know I should have typed this up before we went live. Stories. Continued. Okay. Let's just try select a new one. That's looking good. And delete the other one. So far so good. Message deleted, you can't select it. That's good. And out there. Yeah. Not a bad test run on it. So let's see. I need a third screen really. Let's get to that stage where you need a third screen. Make life a wee bit easier. One day, if we ever get money. Speaking of which, I need to pin up my donation. Super Chat's going, but post up my web page where you can get other information and also other ways to donate. Okay, let's see. There's a cut place, so there should be any typos on that one. Yay! Pin message. I suppose we can select what's to the pin. Alright, it's pinned now. Unfortunately, it makes a mess. Alright, let's shrunk it down now. It was making a mess of the new control panel. So, does that come up? Let's have a look. Oh yeah, it does too. I've got hiccups now. It's the last thing I need. So we better start on with the book. Else we'll never get through it. Let's bring it up. Yeah. So I didn't make a new fun for it, but I think it's still talked about Men in Black anyway. The Unexplained, nice purple colour. Magazine 30 now. Dream Experiments, how to cast a horoscope. I think this is where we've got to. Intrusions from elsewhere. A regiment vanishes. So, is it still streaming alright? Just check things out occasionally. Like I said, it's a lot of things to manage by oneself. So, how to cast a horoscope, I don't think we're too much interested in. Millions of people scan their stars in newspapers. And they sure do. There's big money in it. I remember seeing how it was done too. There's little programs little apps you can put on your smartphone, and these so-called experts have their normal phone number redirected to mobile. Supposed to got some sort of plan, and they ring up the program. They type in your date of birth and stuff. They ask you lots of questions, right? Then the program pops out things they can tell you. It's a bit of a con, really. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be our thing or not. But obviously, I suppose it originally comes from books and someone probably coded it. Maybe to do with where the positions of the stars are and all that. So it's obviously going to be mathematics involved. And understanding where the things line up and what they mean. What do we got up here? The star signs. Plus a few more. It's got the planets. Alignment of the planets. It's got no Nibiru on there. And what's this one here? Looks painful. I'm not sure how that sort of works. I can't quite read it there. What's that? Fine writing. Still a bit beyond my eye scope there. Might have to zoom in further when you play back. What we've got there. So does it originate from India, does it? It does sound Middle Eastern. Hey, we got someone. Dan, let's see if the comment thing works. And it says hi, is it? Or some character. I can't quite see it. Let's have a look. What is the character you got there? UFO. Alright, you need a sentence. It doesn't come up very big otherwise. Alright, I suppose it is a UFO. Still, it works. So, yeah. What they doing there? Yeah, it shows up more if you type more of a sentence, doesn't it? So I've only just started, but I'm a wee bit running late, so. Plus I'm testing out this new feature, so it means I need more hands here. So I really need a helper, really, but yeah. It won't happen. I need my own room with my special chair, so I can cope with the back, maybe. How much do a decent chair cost now? $3,000 for a chair where you can sit in all day and not have a sore back. I suppose. Science and Dream Makers. So I'm not too sure what that's about. Can't quite make it out there. What's it say there? Psychologists studying dreams. Yeah, I was just talking about some strange dreams I was having today, actually. One of them actually was, I was in a foreign country, like, it looked like Germany, but maybe it was somewhere like that, you know, it has the same type of buildings, and this terrorist goes into a building and blows himself up in the shop front and blows out just in front of me. So I don't know if it's a premonition or something that's going to happen somewhere in Europe or not, but you can watch out for that one if you want. And see if it had. I could see it was vivid. It was like I was standing there. It wasn't like a normal dream. It was like so vivid. I could see this bright, sort of like a dark, shiny green tram on the road, or something similar. It might have been a bus. wasn't too sure because I only looked over glimpse. So yeah, I'll just watch out for the news, see what comes up there. Greetings, Earthlings. There you go, comes up there. Dan. Does it put your name up there? It does, doesn't it? Changes it to green for some reason. Are you feeling a bit green? I suppose green alien. Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? Comes up pretty quick. And then we get rid of it again. So what's this one here? Experiment and mass telepathy. That sounds interesting. For 6 nights in 1971, the Grateful Dead's audience were enlisted as senders. I might remember seeing this on TV actually. The receiver was Malcolm Bezet above, sleeping at the Dream Laboratory. One night the audience sent this picture of a 7 spinal chatras, right. In yoga they are claimed to be bodily energy creatures. Bessett's dream describes referred to using natural energy, an energy box to catch sunlight. Someone levitating and a spinal column. Note this figure is halo, which could have stimulated the idea of sunlight. Okay. Does look like a sun though. So he thought it was an energy box. Interesting. It's not too far wrong. Natural energy to catch sunlight. And someone levitating. Well, it certainly is levitating. And spinal column. I wonder what he drew though. Was there any drawing done? Or was that what he just described? What have we got here? Dreamer observed. Talking about REM sleep there. It's quite interesting though, dreams. Quite crazy, some of them. Might be on a slight angle there, but it's a lot easier for me to hold it on an angle. Come on, focus. Concentrate. No, it's because it's bent on a curvy bit there. It's having trouble focusing. Dreams vary in nature. What else does it say there? And studies of some kind. Lucid dreams. Yeah, they're the best ones. Well, yeah, it doesn't actually feel like a dream. Lucid dreams have been the subject of study and discussion for many years. Dutch investigator Dr. Van Eileen, who he is. Recording his own dreams. Yeah, well, can't spend too long on that one. Yes, we'll never get through it. Is it still working alright? Like I said, I need a third screen now. So I've got so many control functions for the live stream. The day the Norfolks disappeared. Who are the Norfolks? Island off coast of UK, is it? What's it say there? One of the most frequently requested stories of mystery disappearance concerns an entire Norfolk regiment allegedly abducted by a UFO in 1915. Haven't heard of that story before. Paul Big examines the story in the light of new evidence. So, maybe Robert knows something about this one. It's going back a fair time, isn't it? We've not heard about UFO stories like this pre-40s, really. 1915 of all things. So, yeah. Looks like there's a few men there. I'm not sure if we can find out the facts or not. Troops. I wonder if I can stop shaking. Can't see. Oh, the New Zealanders. Story contained. The Kiwis. So this looks like another one that needs to be scanned in, really, doesn't it? So we can read it properly. For the UFO collections, a bit like what that Preston Dennett does, right? He goes through all the different magazines and things for the stories and rewrites it his own book and sells it. Maybe I should write a book. The fact would be sufficient to dispose of the New Zealander story of cosmic abduction as a figment of someone's imagination, but perhaps coincidentally it is a matter of undisputed historical fact that another battalion of Royal Norfolk Regiment, the 1st 5th, did disappear at Gellier in August 1915. Their fates never haven't been satisfied as certain. Therefore, if the New Zealanders saw any Norfolks abducted, those Norfolks could only have been the 1st 5th. So it's possible that, bizarre though their story most likely certainly is, 22 members of the New Zealand Field Company did witness the fate of the 1st 5th Norfolk. If not, where did their story come from? Unfortunately, I'm banging my jaw, so it might sound a bit different because of the angle I'm on here. And what was the 1st 5th fate? Twiston trail in search of some answers began in Deeren, a small market town not far from Norwich, England. Maybe it's a multiverse again. Maybe a portal opened up and they sort of got sucked into it. Well, they walked into it and then it closed suddenly and they're gone. Stuck in another world. Was here part of the predominantly East England. We've lost signal. Okay. So they only had cannons and horses back then, didn't they? But on Turkish artillery pound the Anzacs during advances. It doesn't look a really nice place to be, does it? Oh, some dead bodies. Although it's not too gory. It's not looking too bad of a story, is it? Might have to do some research online on that one. But yeah, it's about as much as I can read of it, really. Come on. If they saw him disappear, did it go into a saucer? Or did it simply vanish, in front of him? There was no pictures of what they drew. And that's it. What does it say there? So it goes to page 606. Why would it go there all of a sudden? Where's 606? I don't even see page numbers. Well, I might come across it. Maybe it's in a further book here. Alright, so we got page number. So it could be in the next magazine. Vanishing Soldiers, yeah, it looks like it. They probably did that on purpose so you buy the next magazine. What's the number on that one? Yep, it's definitely in the other magazine. What a rat bags. So where they found, we have to find out. Yes, connections. Do things happen by chance, or is it pre-programmed somehow? Mathematics explain them away as mere chance. But there are those who seek deeper reasons. Okay. So that looks like an interesting story there. But, if I can film it, I don't know. I can film it, but I can't read it at the same time. Powers of the universe. What's that one? The most striking coincidences when involved the most commonplace of objects or occasions, like the bizarre experience related by a Chicago News. Sorry, my hand went. holding the camera. News. Okay, we've lost it now. Come on. Chicago newspaper columnist. I just checked into the Savoy Hotel in London, opening a drawer in my room. I found to my astonishment that it had contained a friend of mine. Hang on, no, that could be right. It contained some personal things belonging to a friend of mine, Harry Hannon. Yeah, but all these rich people stay at the same place, don't they? 2 days later, I received a letter from Harry posted in the Hotel Minris in Paris, which began, you will never believe this. Apparently, Harry had opened a drawer in his room and found a tie with my name on it. It was a room I had stayed in a few months earlier. Yeah, well, what's the chances of that? If he had a letter in there, say, hello mate, for some reason I expect you'll be the first to get this room. Let me know if you find my belongings here. Now that would be a story, because he's pre-predicted it. Mummified bodies, yucky. What do we got next? Got to go over that side. Got to hold it with the other hand. Who's this guy? Dr. Paul Kemira. 1990 published the first systematic study of coincidences. Probing the unconscious, was it? Collective unconsciousness. Underground storehouse of memories. Let's see. Study the laws. The first person to study it. Okay, what have we got here? What does it say there? Something effect. The cluster Fucker effect. Especially in ufology anyway. Yep, it does form groups like that. There's the Goof On group up there. There's UFO Jesus to the left. And that's my group on the right there. I only got a handful of people in it. And the one down the middle there, who would that be? Third phase, I suppose. So yeah. So what are we talking about here? Higher power. The term probability includes improbability. When the improbable does occur, this is no cause for surprise. It almost sounds like the lack of evidence is actually evidence in itself, right? You've heard that term. This sounds like it. A clustering effect, just as cherries randomly distributed in a cake will tend to be found in groups rather than in the ordinary arrangement one might expect. Chaos. So what do we got up here? Religion. Look at all that artwork on it though. Someone spent a lot of time doing all that. Wonder what it all means. Stars, souls connected. I don't know. It's not really my thing. Someone out there will know in Islam. Okay, what have we got here? Nobel Prize winner. Physicists who, together with eminent psychologist C.G. Jung, introduced the concept of synchronicity, we love that word, to help explain the occurrence of coincidences. So how many times you had synchronicity? Probably pretty daily, I think, for me anyway. Where you're going to say the same thing, or bring up the same subject pretty much on the same, like on Discord, where you type the message, but you don't see what the other person's typing until they press enter. Don't ask me how it works. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Order out of chaos, yep. I normally spell chaos with a K. Chaos. Just shows these people have been wondering this stuff for a long time. This is like 40 years ago, right? And we're talking about people studying this stuff back in the 1900s. 1884 there. Yeah, I've got a page stuck together here. Oh, what have we got here? It looks like a ghost. Transparent lady in a chair. Awesome. Photo exposure. Whereabouts is your head meant to be though? Kind of weird, isn't it? What's it say? Oh, too far up. When it was about 5 feet from the floor, it split into 2 separate pieces, each which fell into the opposite direction to the other. Mrs. Diaz quickly picked up the 2 pieces of the stone and found they fitted together, or with a strong magnetic attraction. So I'm not too sure what we missed there, but let's go back down to here. Intrusions from elsewhere. So that might be where things get thrown at you from nowhere, right? You've heard those stories where pennies drop onto the floor and missing items like keys show up, and stones get thrown by ghosties. Objects that apparently materialize. Here we go. Others that apparently vanish like keys. Do they come from go into another dimension? Well, clearly, as I said that all along, it's going to be something to do with overlapping of universes, right? Where you got another Earth that's maybe in a different time, maybe, you know, hundreds of years behind, thousands of years ahead, and the house is still in. This house is in both locations because they've got the same DNA people involving at the same time, and someone from the other universe sees the keys because they come into our reality, grab them, put them in their pockets, and then that doorway closes, and then when that person turns around, the keys are missing, right? So my theory still explains it quite well. But we've also heard about aliens taking away people's medications before they get abducted, right? Which is quite interesting. So I've talked about this as well, oddly enough. It's funny, the possible dimension. It's funny how I dreamt it and formulated it. And now when I go back to these magazines, I realise I might have read something that influenced me 40 years ago. And it's only now sort of assembled into my mind how it fits together. It may be in my subconscious, you see. And when you sleep, your brain processes it all. Comes up with a theory. But you don't have no recognition of actually absorbing this information. So Yuri Gellier, I think he's just a con man. A magician, so to speak. Because he's been caught out. Is it the same guy they're talking about though? Or another guy? Half a vanadium carbide crystal. The other half vanished implicitly when Yuri Gellier concentrated on it during experiments at Birkbeck College, London, 1974. So that's a stone there. So that relates to the article up here, is it? I don't know. So it's 1974, 77 there. Anyway, actually, was it 1927? Did I just see that up there? Too hard to read, I'm afraid. No, we'll spend too long and it won't get through the books. What have we got over here? Long exposure of a fire, that's what. Yep, at a voodoo party. Can't quite read it though. So what was meant to be special about it? Although not visible to the photographer, these strange fire-like objects appeared on the developed film. Come on, there's the fire, surely. There's got to be a light source here somewhere. Trickery. Not like a fire there and he went upwards, so I don't know. Looks like a double exposure though, doesn't it? Like we snapped it previously on long exposure, but didn't roll the film across. A faker. Okay, what have we got over here? Alright, next one. So how long did it take us? I haven't got the time on the screen. Let's see. 44 minutes already. Damn. We're not going to get through it going, are we? What have we got here? Photographing ghosts. Vanishing troops, so that's part of that next story. So let's try and find it then. In search of apparitions. No two ghosts are alike. Not a good ghost hunter. No, and a good ghost hunter will approach each haunting differently. In this series, Guy Lyon Playfair describes how serious researchers go about their business. Okay. Yeah, it's not the best page colour to do this. Oh, we got some more ghost pictures. So the famous one, the ghost on the stairwell. Lady Grey, is it? You got 45 minutes. Have you? There you go. That's what I got too. So Lady Grey. Looks like the book's sliding down again. Okay, let's see what we can find out about this one. So again, we don't know if it's like double exposure or some underhandedness, but if that was a real UFO ghost photo, that would be incredible. Here's another one. The woman at church, is it? I don't know. What does it say there? Ah, the brown lady. Not the grey lady, not the white lady. North. Kneeling monk. That doesn't look like a monk. Kneeling monk said to appear in this picture taken by local solicitor. Do you trust solicitors? Not to do underhanded stuff. 1940. Alright, this might be the one they're talking about. Can't see the ghost in that one. Maybe it's that thing there. Black and white photographs, yuck. Now, what have we got up here? Come on, keep up with me. The Mason Gladys HiLiter. Is that one of those con psychics? A phantom hand appears unseen in the darkness. That sounds like underhanded faking going on there, doesn't it? In this infrared photograph. Okay. Can we see it, guys? Can we see it? Looks like a camera set up there. Looks like something blurred out there, like a person standing there, isn't it? Painting, maybe? A hand. I don't see a hand. Do you see a hand? Anyone? Is it between her legs there? I can see his normal hand. I wish they circled it. If you can't see it, here it is. Because almost looks like a hand on the camera there, though, doesn't it? Like the photograph was trying to do something on the camera at the last minute. They said the curtain, though, didn't they? I can't see anything. No, it says the phantom hand appears. Well, it's got me beat. It's got to be the cameraman, surely. Apart from that thing on top of the camera, it kind of looks like hands, doesn't it? So I think that's got to be a camera artifact. Psychic. Ectoplasm. Yeah. Darren Brown, he does a lot of good stuff from that. He understands how they did it. He does that lift and table trick too, which is pretty damn good. I'm not sure I know how that's done. Obviously, it's done with some hidden wires, right? It's a shame you can't play a clip of it, because that's actually quite good to show you. You can't see the wires or anything. I can see how people would get conned by that sort of stuff. He admits there's a trick, you know, not psychic powers or anything like that. Unlike all the charlatans out there. So is that another ghost one? What's that say there? Two ghostly forms appear behind the figure of an English lady. Alright, so she's wearing the hat. And it looks like two men next to her. Two priests? I don't know. And if they reckon that wasn't there in the photograph, that would be really creepy. Because it could quite easily, you know, those guys sneak around really quietly. Come on, focus. We lost the signal. What happened there? Alright, it's over here. I thought my page had turned. Like someone doesn't want me to focus on that one. Oh, that one. I've seen that one before. That's so creepy. I've come looking for you, Dan. The Grim Reaper, that looks like, doesn't it? Mountain face. That looks like these Halloween masks you can get now. So where's the caption for that one? Over there. So what's that say? Haunting of a holy place. The church in this case is at Newby in North Yorkshire. Its vicar, the Reverend K.F. Lord, was amazed to find this form on developed photograph of the altar. Now, did he hoax that though to bring in people into the church more? Maybe it was a stunt. So how would you do that though? Well, a piece of glass in front, right? Can we see any reflections? Good to have a bit of glass in front with the guy standing behind you with a bright light on it. But you'd have to do it on a certain angle so the cameraman doesn't get seen. Can you see him holding the camera at all? Maybe he's dressed up. Does kind of look like he might have something in his hand there, doesn't it? Like he's taking the photograph himself. I reckon that's the vicar dressed up. I'm always skeptical though, but prove me wrong. Because they had those little boxy cameras, and that kind of looked like a boxy camera there, look. In the middle there, where he's sort of got his hands going up. Looks like a little black camera. Maybe like an eyepiece there. He's got it hidden behind the cloak. That's what I think. Maybe I can take a screen snapshot and amp it up somehow. And that would be a good one to take for the thumbnail, wouldn't it? Creepy. So what angle? Let's see if I can snap it anyway. No, you don't. What did I answer? I didn't see you pop up. Yeah, we've got a copy of that anyway. Maybe we can analyze it. But really it's on an angle there. Let's see if we can get it. Okay. So where would the glass be though? It looks like it could be at the edge here, like then it goes normal. I wonder if we can find something. It'd be funny if we actually debunk it. Let's just save that one. And move on. Not many people join us again, Dan. Looks like you're the only one. How's the audio sounding? All right? And how many minutes have we gone through already? Ancient Manor House. UK have a lot of ghost stuff, don't they? The funny thing is it's Norfolk again. You know, you talked about that other story about the UFO. Now we're talking about ghosts from Norfolk. Maybe it's a haven for multi-universe. Yeah, it's not going to focus. Focus. Alright, keep on going. Alright, what have we got here? Lost, believed, kidnapped. So we're back to Gellier. 50 years after The Gellier campaign, 3 old soldiers came forward with a bizarre tale of a cloud kidnapping. See, that sounds like a portal. A whole regiment sheds new light on the mystery disappearances. So, why would someone steal troopers? Kind of bizarre thing to happen if you're in control of like a UFO or portal between planets. Why did you take all the troops away, which may change the outcome of a fight? So maybe the UFOs have been around longer then. Maybe this story proves it. But again, it needs to be scanned in, doesn't it? We still didn't see how many troops disappeared. Surely their families would keep asking questions, so how did they answer the family that they disappeared? And why haven't we heard more of the story beforehand? So again, something new that we never knew about until dig through the old books again. It's a shame Robert's not here watching along, because he might know something about it, because this is UK. But he's not, and it is a UFO story, he's not really much of a ghost man, although he's had his own experiences. So I'm not going to try and read it out, but I might get the collection of these stories, like I said, and scan them in properly, and then trying to read it properly. Once it's scanned in, then we got a steady copy, then we can zoom in, or my eyes, I can zoom in and read it. So. Maybe they wanted to all stay in another country and hide or something, I don't know. They made up the story of disappearing. It's not a possibility, I guess. Out of the Cosmic Storm. Okay, what's that about? Okay, astrology again. So what was the outcome of this one here, though? Was there any conclusion? Oh, here we go. Of the 34,000 British and Empire troops, 2 died at Gallipoli, 27 have no known grave. 27,000. In the light of such widespread carnage, how many more strange disappearances do these board statistics hide? So, sounds like they're forgotten. That's what the people didn't demand, because there's so many people missing. I suppose they get blown into bits, right, and that's disappearing. Poor buggers. Yeah. War is stupid. And suicide bombing is stupid as well. Okay. The magic and number symbolism. Yeah, I'm not too much interested in that one. We'll just skim past that one. Astrology. Still going on about it. I just ain't got no time for that. At least I was a con man. I want to computerize it and have a phone and number. Yeah, what have we got now? The Master Dowser. We're back to Dowsing. Did you ever go at it, Dan? The Dowsing. I talked about getting some wire. Having a go. Anyone out there tried it? So, magnetic meter. I was able to verify the land bridge had accurately located every single one of the volcanic seams. Okay, so he was looking for something different. And what's that made from? A willow branch? It's got to be flexible, hasn't it? And we lost signal again. Probably because it's getting close to the laptop. So we got radio frequencies interfering with each other. Now, they talk about petroleum gas here. And gold and all that. So they sort of do that nowadays, but not with dowsing rods, but they do still use magnetic what do you call it? Resonance, don't they? Remember that secret experiment that Cooper did in space with the special camera? Where it could actually see underwater and land where there's big metal deposits like sunken ships and the submarines. So, what was the camera looking at exactly? Makes you wonder. Obviously, a spectrum of magnetic frequencies, electromagnetic frequencies, I mean. Whether they use some of the sensor data at the same time, I don't know. Alright, so they're talking about how it works. What's that? The amount of times it swings, or inches. They talk about how long you need it to detect certain things. Depth 40 inches. So you can find a dead body, right? Iron, copper, running water. See, I told you about running water. Running water causes a charge. If it's like an experiment where it's got water in tubes or containers, it doesn't work. Anyway. Is it still streaming okay? How many minutes we've been through now? Let's have a look. My nose is bunged up, so I don't know if you can hear that. So 1 hour and 10 minutes, is it? Man, oh man. Come on, radio. Two pages stuck together here. Against all the odds. Yeah, I wonder if you can tell us lotto numbers. Many people believe, but no one can tell me the lotto numbers. Not even my dreams. And does it not work for yourself, maybe? I don't know. Can't quite get the angle there. Who's that? Gellier again, is it? It's a blue page. Apparently it's a grey blue. It's a war scene. Okay. What's this about the crosswords? Maybe it's how they passed messages, secret messages in the paper. Is it? What is that? Probably talked about that picture on the side there. Come on, get in focus. Little old, yeah, US. Omaha. Utah. Overlord. Okay, we need to find the caption for that. See what it's on about. Amazing coincidence. Many of the key code words used in the strategic planning of Allied invasion of Europe in 1944. Overlord, Neptune, Marbury, Utah, Omaha appeared as solutions to Daily Telegraph crossword clues in this week's before D-Day. Security men quickly checked the telegraph offices but found no Nazi spy. And his schoolmaster, who had been compiling the crossword for 20 years. So I'm not sure what those key code words are, though. Maybe that's what they used during the operation, is it? But anyway, interesting story. What do we got here? Get a fortune cookie. Have lottery numbers in them. Yeah. God knows how much I've wasted on lottery in my lifetime, but I did get close once. I got 5 numbers that paid out $20,000. But unfortunately, 22 other people, or whatever it was, got it at the 5 numbers as well. So I only got $800. So it didn't really help me out much. At least I think that was the sum. Okay, it's a long time ago, and when I was at university now. And it would have changed my life if I won the big one. But it wouldn't have stopped me going to university. I think I was midway by then. Alright, we got some letters this time instead of adverts. Time flies, you reckon, Dan? An hour went past fast. Yeah, it did. What's it? I have never played the lottery because I'm too young. Ah, you will. Especially when you want some money. So let's American lottery is crazy though. Don't you have like $200 million that it can grow up to? And one person wins it all. So you normally get syndicates, right? Everybody puts in a share of money into the pots and allows them to buy more tickets, I think. And choose more numbers. So what are we talking about here? With a dream, a video bomb. So I wonder if it's similar to my dreams, like with the terrorists. It does go into the hundreds of millions sometimes, yeah. So let's see if I can focus on this. Oh, I don't know if I can read all that out. It's going out of focus. My school was bombed. In fact, such was the noise of the explosion that when I awoke, I had such a bad headache that my mother was rather... what's that word there? Quite see it. Loath to let me attend school. Okay. However, as we were going on a school outing the next day, she reluctantly sent me off. At 12 noon, most of the pupils went down to the school dinner, leaving me with 2 friends for company in the classroom to have our sandwiches. Very soon after that, I thought I heard the siren go in the distance. I suppose my dream was still with me, and I decided to go. Come on. It's a curved page, I think. Slightly curved there. Go down and tell the teacher. My friends opted to stay. Teacher listened to me. I was near the playground. I should go for something. I thought the boiler was blowing. Okay, so that makes sense. It was a boiler explosion. Can't quite get what it was saying there though. So did the boiler explode or not? Let's have a look. Listened and suggested that as I was near the playground, I should go out for a breath of fresh air while she would wait for the local siren to go. I left the hall and suddenly there was a terrible noise behind me. I thought the boiler was blown up. There was a terrific flash. Everything hung and suspended for a short time, and then everything collapsed around me. I was trapped for several hours. Okay. But eventually was rescued completely unharmed. So discovered afterwards that the bomb had fallen directly behind me, cutting the school in half. That dining room in my class received direct hits. It was a great loss of life. Okay. So that was that during the wartime. What year was it? Yeah, 1943. So he had a premonition a day before it actually happened. Now, I've had that sort of stuff, but they give you warnings, but it doesn't mean that you're going to do anything with it. That's what I keep find it really strange, but I don't get them anymore. So, again, it could be multiverse theory, right? Where it happened maybe a day before in another multi-universe that he flipped through while he was sleeping. And it's sort of, he sort of got the thoughts from that location, then he got flipped back in before he woke up. And happened in his own time, well, actually his own realm, universe, if you want to call it. Oh man, look at this long letter. People like to write letters into this magazine. Is it going to focus for us? Is it going to connect? Where's the connection gone? Issue 17 says that often simple symbolic gestures can act. Then it stopped. Can act as a curse for disturbances. This happened to me twice. My parents was always been peculiar, and when I was about 16 I decided something would have to be done. The centre of the disturbance appeared to be in the small spare room. Okay. So another ghosty story here. They're always the best ones though. Huge spiders appeared, one after another, next to my bed. So that kind of sounds like a multi-universe where it's sort of, you're getting creatures from another realm suddenly appearing, but maybe they can't cross over. Maybe they just, maybe you see them, but they can't cross over at that time. Anyway, theories abundant. So we've only gone through 2 books, and I think we're going to run out of time, aren't we? How many we got left? Oh gee, the stories are getting better. What have we got now? 32. Science and Astrology. Ghost. True and false. Why is it not getting in focus? Strange tricks of fate. Criticisms of Gellier. UFOs films. Okay, we got some UFOs. Gellier. Okay. Looks like it's still you hanging around here, Dan, the man. Now, your father's called Dan too, isn't he? Dan Senior, is it? The guys were asking me what your age was on the Discord there. Did you reply to any of them? Have you been on Discord lately? You probably should answer the admin there, because you don't want to get kicked off. Plex, I think he was going to contact you. JD, maybe. So, how did they bend spoons? Well, I've seen it done. Apparently, they get a load of spoons and they sort of crack it across some hard surface, like the knee or something, and it weakens it. And they stick it all into a big box, and people grab one, and some will start bending, and some won't, because they didn't actually get it to trigger. We've probably looked that up. Since we're sort of looking at that story, let's see what we can find. How does bend and spoon trick work? Yeah, you can type and lean across the book at the same time. No, I only like typing. Wink. Okay. Applying light pressure will then cause it to bend or break. Spoon bending. Have we got a video which shows it? Magic tricks. Introduction to spoon bending. I wonder if that's the Great Randy showing that. How do we trust that's not going to be copyrighted? About magic. Free magic tricks for you. Don't trust any of these ones. Magic secrets. WikiHow. WikiHow might be alright. 3 ways to bend the spoon. We'll find out, I guess. It's not a video. Just make it full screened. Can't quite see what they're doing. Alright, he's pushing it down hard on the table. Hold the spoon with the bent, with the bowl downwards, yeah. Press hard. And then it weakens, and then you just can wobble it around and it falls to bits. Yeah, I want to see that done in a video though. Tim's TV, no. Shit. It's hard not to get done by copyright claim. Looks like I got really old footage here though. Okay, we might just pause it.
Hi, I'm Magician Paul. Bend a spoon, you ask? Well, then magicians spoons. Get them at a 5 and dime store. You can get spoons 3 or 4 for $1. Well, you can have one person look at a spoon. They can examine it. You can take that spoon. You can pass another spoon out for someone else to examine. And take the spoon. Now watch very carefully. With just a little bit of motion, the spoon actually starts to bend. Can you see the bend in that spoon? Compared to, let's say, this spoon. You can see how much that's bent. Big secret. Here, spoon out to someone. They look at it, they hand it back to you. You pass the spoon to another person. As you're crossing your arm over, simply grasp the spoon like this and press the handle on a table.
That's
Then
another way to do it.
hold the spoon straight onto the audience. They can't tell that there's a bend in it. Start shaking the spoon.
Of course, you can't do that with every spoon, can you? When you think about it, because some of them are quite solid. The ones in the kitchen are anyway. Does it have to be a certain spoon? Certain metal, like silver or something? Right, so we didn't get to see the one with it pressing down with the spoon onto the table. About magic. Yeah, I just don't like playing too many videos. Especially with music. We'll just skip through. What's he doing? Ready for the trick. Was he making a spoon up here? Short string of material. The spoon. Spoon bin 2. This is the same trick. So it's like a one we have to play also. That's how you hold and press the spoon. I suppose you could do it in your hand if it's not too rigid. Because that's a little tiny spoon, right? It's not going to be like a tablespoon. They're a lot stronger. But anyway, go do that research yourself, I guess. I don't want to take a claim for my episode. Okay, have we got the camera going? Yes. Okay, so he's a fraud. And that's being Ben and stuff. Now, if you could do that with a spoon, you should better do it with any metal object. Remember they did it on the TV show, they brought out the kitchen drawer and dumped it on the table and said, yeah, pick up one and bend it, and he tried a few of them and they didn't bend. Remember that? On the talk show, he got called out. And yet you got Hal Putoff from the UFO field saying that he worked with him, said he had real powers, and believed the bend and spoon trick. So yeah, that's so good for Hal Putoff, isn't it? So he got conned. Looks like he made lots of money from it, huh? All those books. Yeah. Don't have to work again. Just be a con man. And who we got over here? UFO stuff, is it? Let's see. It's one about flying saucer there, but wherever I can read it at the same time. Kevin Arnold. And what's this? 3 UFOs, man. So where's the caption for it? Down here. So what's it saying? Photograph taken on November 1972 by Gellier when travelling by jet from London to Munich. According to Gellier, or Gellier, this camera rose into the air off its own accord and stopped in front of him as if signalled him to take a picture. I call bullshit on that one. Con man, so that means it's faked it. Looks like little cardboard cutouts that you stuck on the window. What do you reckon? Anybody out there? Says you've got 0 people watching, so I don't know. Is the string still going? Yeah, it looks like it. Now I can't get the angle. Hey Dan, you're still there, but it stays 0. You're 0. Google made you into a 0 watching. I know it's come up now. It says 1. Seems you made a comment. I was saying 0 before though. Let's just make sure that's working still. Yep. I like that new add-on. That's really cool, huh? Anyway. I spent 2 days mucking around with it. And you don't need to be StreamYard, or you don't have to be OBS Prime to get their version. Hopefully the guide doesn't mess up the extension with improvements. I wonder if I can back it up somehow. So you can always roll back to the old version. So, a serious ghost investigation. It's on a green page of all things. Which is the worst page to photocopy on those old machines because they use green laser. Ghost true or false? What do we got here? Looks like an old bombed out building from wartime, doesn't it? Not sure if there's meant to be a ghost there or not. What's it say? A brick flung through the air. A site of ruined victory is captured on film. Okay. Harry Price. He's an investigator, isn't he? Famous investigator. Who was present at the time. Later cited this picture as a photograph for evidence of poltergeist activity. So, if you've not seen that Poltergeist documentary on the infield Poltergeist, go and check it out because it's quite an interesting story. Apparently, newspaper reporters went there and they had Lego bricks thrown at them and chairs lifted up in the air. And even police cops showed up from complaints next door about disturbances. And while they were there, even the cops had Lego bricks thrown at them and chairs lifted up. So they were witness to it all. So, yeah, I don't know. Can we see a brick in that terrible photograph? I know, lots of bricks. Can we see one going through the air? Not really. If you can, let me know. But I can't see anything myself. You think they'd circle it. But a 2D image is not going to cut it really, because you need to see it three-dimensionally. Oh god, we're running out of time, aren't we? But we do what we do. Might be extra parts. Normally you get through a part, half a binder each part, but somehow don't think we're going to make it. So, shock and thrills, ghosts. A reporter. Television filmed. Haunted 16th century manor house. Morley Old Hall. What's that say there on the bottom? Haunted to the television. The monk. Beheaded monk. Now, who would behead a monk? Vikings? They used to do some wicked things, the Vikings. If you watched that History Channel show, they certainly did. Where they got hold of that priest and they poured molten lead into his mouth. And it went down his throat, and it didn't kill him straight away. But it would have burnt his lungs, throat, and eventually cooked his brain. So it would have been a terrible death. What's that one? Airbus disaster, is it? Some sort of disaster. Airborne apparitions. That would scare the crap out of you, especially if you're flying alone, wouldn't you? So, although it would be good to read all that, I was just not able to do it for you, unfortunately. And we got some ghosts. UFO photo file. Okay, what we got? NASA photograph, and we got a blob. Which looks like a water droplet to me. What else we got? I'm not sure if I can read it. 77 anyway. Army base. Could it be flares? Looks like flares, doesn't it? But it's taken on film instead of digital camera for a change, or video. Oh, too high. What have we got here? We've got a white light. Camera is in the way, the shadow. This is a close-up. So I don't know. Was it talking about the speck there? What's that little dark speck on the other one? Come on. Again, it's slightly curved. Oh yeah, I can see the little speck near the tree line. I don't know, there could be anything going, couldn't it? So I don't know. And that's it. A Kraken Curleon's Halo. Okay, that's meant to be like the energy field that's all around us. And that's meant to be a leaf being cut in half, right? Although there was a problem with it, I remember that. And an apple, is it? What's that? I suppose we have to read all the little side captions. Top high frequency corona discharge from a finger of a relaxed person. Okay, there we go. So how's that done is the question, which might explain it. Obviously static charge, right? Interacted with chemicals, I would say. So it forms a picture. So the static doesn't flow over the cut leaf as good as it used to. I would explain that one. There I go, debunking it. But yeah, I don't know what the scientists said themselves. I'm just analysing it for myself here. So they've put that effect with the religious arts, you know, with the halo around people's heads, or saints. But yeah, I think they're totally different things. But what was the conclusion? Because we don't want to spend too long on it. Man, it goes on a fair bit. And a lot of reading. Which again, I can't do. How much is supply? So, what they're doing, the pressure of the hand. Was it static charge or what? Yeah, it's going to take a lot of reading. Maybe you could find some documentary about this on YouTube. I remember I was similarly interested in it at one stage, but I sort of lost interest in it. Yeah, look, it's just the camera's playing up. Reactions to skin. What's it saying there? Yeah, it's just too hard for me. Don't see any conclusion. Probably carried on to page. There you go. What actually happens when Gellier photograph is taken? See page 6. So it's in the next magazine. Trouble in the experiment. Insulator. Exposure time for film. Sounds like a good trick to me. It's not like you got a thermal camera or something, right? And you hold up your hand and you can see the halo or whatever. So what are you saying here? Photographic plate is connected to high voltage source and produced on a photographic plate. Yeah, I'm not sure how that works though. Has been a subject of scientific research, parapsychology. Yeah, I just don't, because you're adding voltage, you're sort of creating the effect yourself, aren't you? And depending on the surface, how it reacts with a leaf or fingerprint. You know, fingerprint has ridges. So I'm a bit skeptical of that one. So what's this one all about now? Astrological beliefs. Okay. That sounds like a Maya thing. Michael Horn saying Maya predicted these signs of success. Yeah, they list the successes, but they don't list all the failures. It's like predicting that we'll have fusion power by 2030. You know, you could say that, and you might be in the winning year, right, for that prediction. You could say a month even, so you might even get it right. July 2013, we'll have the first successful experiment of fusion power. Science in the Stars. So I'm not sure what that's about. Artist, scientist. So you probably have to read all that again. But again, we're not too interested in astrology, are we? Too many people class it as pseudoscience. So we've got Einstein. So what is it trying to say there? Can't read it. Can't read it. Remarkable how many of them related birth dates. Einstein and Otto, hand below, were both on 14th of March 1879. Oh no, we got Google trying to interfere. Okay, Google, goodbye. I got the volume cut off.
Have a good day, Paul.
I suppose you could ask Google something. So they're saying both those scientists had the same birth date. I think you're more likely, if you have the same birth date, maybe you can connect. But, I don't know. More research, as the Defence Department would say on ufology topic. So yeah, as usual, it's got to be more research, isn't it? Traits between people with the same birth dates, yeah. So, strange tricks of fate. Sense in advance, cluttering of random events, like bridge collapses. Okay, won't spend too much time on that one. And what's that one? Sinking of a ship of some kind. Or a collision. Like I said, just keep an eye on my dream about terrorists blowing up something in Europe. Anyway, at least we think it's Europe. I'm not sure. It could be Germany. Well, that's part of Europe, I suppose. But someone somewhere with a green vehicle of some kind. So see what happens. Paul predicted it. Okay, so yeah, I can't quite get that one. My hand's starting to go on me. It's getting sore. I'm interested to read your request for accounts, experiences, or premonitions. See, that one seems to ring a lot with people, doesn't it? People always have something they can relate to there. Okay, Google, goodbye. Okay, Google, goodbye.
Showing pictures that match.
No. Okay, Google, goodbye. Don't take up the phone, pal.
Here are some results.
It's not listening, is it? Okay, Google, goodbye.
Have a good day, Paul.
I'm not sure who can tell it to go to sleep. Anyway.
Here are the top search results.
Oh no. Go away.
These pictures should match.
Oh well, they'll be reading along. Mysterious US places. Mysterious places. Okay, can't quite read that. But you probably can better than I can. I should put some eye drops in by now as well. Okay, we're on to the next magazine. Man, there's still a few to go. How's the time going? 5:30. We're not going to get through it. So, how many hours we spent on it? Feels like a century already. What's it say up there? 2 hours? 2 hours of fun. Yeah, I'm not sure why people don't like this series I do, but this their loss, I guess. You have to go in 3 minutes. Why? School tomorrow. Damn, school gets in the way. Well, we could leave it there, I guess. Keep it to 2 hours this one. 33 onwards next time. Might better get through it. I might just wrap up. So what have we got coming up? Time slips. More about the aurora and halos, meaning of consequences, UFOs, and the computer. So yeah, that sounds like an interesting story, and I might have more energy on that one. And what we got here? Mass hypersteria, Gellier tested. Mysteries of the Moon. Classic UFOs analysed. Ghost Hunters. And what's that one? UFOs in Action. So a few more ones. So 33 onwards. So we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. Best not to rush it too much. So what are you saying here? See you next time. Yeah, okay. So I'll say good night too. Boy, looks like some interesting stuff in them still, yeah. So say good night. Good night all. Hopefully next one will be a bit better. Although there was that interesting one about the vanishing troops. So, like I said, we'll scan them in a bit better. Once they've gone through all the magazines. And choose the better stories. And we'll wrap it up there. And leave my ending. Hopefully I don't feel so bad as well. Need a drink really. Good night. And the new feature worked pretty well there with the comments. I'm quite happy with that. Just need more people interacting, and maybe tell us which ones to note. I'm already forgetting which ones we've done previously that need to be scanned. And no donations again, so what a surprise. But I'm still going and I'm still improving things. Good night, we'll leave it there. A little short one.